Hi, welcome to English 1A. I'm your instructor, Dr. Lauren Nahas, but you can just call me Lauren. And I just wanted to give you a sense of the subjects that we'll be talking about in class and the books that you'll need to get for the class. So we basically have two major topics that we're covering. One is addiction and theories about how addictions work, and the second is race in the United States. And so for that first unit of the course, we're writing an essay. It's called the Bachman essay, and that's because it's asking you to make an argument about a case of a woman named Angie Bachman who had a really serious gambling addiction. And you'll do two readings for that essay, and the first one is called Rat Park, and you'll have access. This is like my hard copy, but um, you'll have access to the PDF of this in the course, and you can print it or do whatever you want to do that reading. And oh, sorry, that one, it's by a woman named Lauren Slater, and she talks about different theories of addiction in that essay. And then the next one is called The Neurology of Free Will by Charles Duhigg, and in that essay, that's where you learn about Angie Bachman and her story and stuff. And then for that essay, I want you to apply the theories of addiction, the different theories of addiction that you've learned to Bachman's case, and make an argument about sort of who should be responsible ultimately for what happened to her. So it's an argumentative essay. And then we move on to talk about race, and we're going to read this book called Between the World and Me, which is, I would argue, the most important book on race of our time. It's sort of, some people have described the author of that book, Ta-Nehisi Coates, as sort of like the voice of the Black Lives Matter movement, although he's not technically connected with that group. And he's talking about his experiences growing up as a Black man in the United States. It's a memoir, so it's very personal. It's about his personal experiences. It is a very well-received book. It won the National Book Award, and it's received a lot of praise. It's a New York Times bestseller, but it's also quite controversial. And it makes many of my students uncomfortable. Most of them like it, I would say. Some of them love it. But it does make some people uncomfortable. It makes some people kind of angry. And because of that, we are going to write a review of Between the World and Me, where you get to present your opinion of the book. Do you think it's important? Do you think it's valuable? Do you think it's a good book? Would you recommend it to other people? You're making an argument in response to those sorts of questions in that review. It's a review essay, okay? And you'll have to incorporate some other sources. We'll do a bunch of readings on topics related to the book in that unit of the course. And then the third essay is the longest essay. It's sort of like a research-based essay where I make you go off and do your own research. And I'm a little bit unsure about the subject matter of that essay right now. So we're going to leave that one as a blank right now. That one's due towards the end of the semester. And then finally, you will do a in-class timed final exam. It's not quite an essay, you know. It's a final exam where you're asked to analyze a short argumentative article, and there you're going to be analyzing the rhetorical strategies or argumentative strategies that the author is using. And then the other book that we'll sort of be using throughout the semester is They Say, I Say, and this is an older edition, so I don't think it looks exactly the way the one that I've requested through the bookstore looks. This is the third edition, and we are using the fourth edition because when you purchase the fourth edition, you get access to online tutorials that are related to the book. If you have an older version or you find an older version, you can purchase access to those online tutorials separately. And if you decide to get an ebook version of this, there is a particular one that has access to those tutorials included in it. So keep those things in mind when you're gonna go buy They Say, I Say. So yeah, those are the kinds of things that we'll be up to this semester, and I'm really looking forward to working with all of you.